To begin, we will define some sociological terms and concepts which may help to clarify our experiment and discussion. Society is the aggregate of people living together in a more or less ordered community. Culture is a shared system of beliefs and knowledge that is continually constructed. Socialization is the process by which society's norms and values are taught, learned, and internalized. Social status is a socially defined position within a group or society. Social roles are a set of expectations for behavior that are attached to status. So role strain is when a particular role a person needs to fulfill is strained due to excessive obligations or multiple demands on time, energy, or available resources.
Group dynamics are the processes involved when people in a group interact with each other. Social norms are the rules of behavior that are considered acceptable in a group or society. Folkway is a type norm that stems from an organized causal interaction and that emerge out of repetition and routines. Moray is another type of norm. Mores are based on a society's conceptions of what is right and wrong. Taboo is a strong third type of norm, and violating a taboo generally results in extreme disgust. Laws are a system of rules that a particular country or community recognizes as regulating the actions of its members and enforces by the imposition of penalties.
Property and not moving it. This wasn't a moray violation because while it may have appeared that we were stealing the computer, in fact we were just moving it. So no moral code was broken. Similarly, we didn't break any law because the owner of the computer gave permission to us to pick it up and carry it away. It wasn't another group member's computer. We chose this particular folkway to violate because we were interested to know how a bystander would act in this situation.
Our hypothesis was that when a group or individual is asked to look after a laptop, that they will look after and protect it by stopping anyone who tries to take it. The chances that someone will step in increase as the number of people looking after the computer decreases. So we were looking at the bystander effect, which says that the more people who witness an event, the less likely any one individual is to step in and help. We used the library for our experiment because it was convenient. It had many different groups of people, so it was easy to find individuals to use in our exercise. The normative behavior in the library is people socializing with each other while doing homework, and nobody really moves or even touches other people's things.
To begin, one member of our group found a table near another group of students who we didn't know. After about 5 minutes pretending to work on his or her laptop, our group member got up and asked a group close to them to watch the laptop while they went to the bathroom. 3 minutes after they left, a different member of our group silently approached the table and took the laptop. The group member did not speak unless there was a verbal reaction from the people who were watching the laptop. If confronted, our group member would say, "My friend had to leave and ask me to grab their computer for them." In total, we violated the norm 5 times.
Prior to it violating, that was a violation.
What? You whack off it. Tax was pretty low. Tax was pretty low.
That's another girl's laptop.
Oh yeah, she texted me. She had a doctor's appointment.
She's in the bathroom right now.
She had to leave.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I don't think
I'll show you the text. She just texted me.
I don't think she did.
Yeah, I swear. I swear to God.
I think you should still do it though.
Are you serious? She she just texted me.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Alright.
That's too bad.
What we found after completing the experiment was that people weren't surprised at being asked to watch the laptop, so this is probably something that happens frequently. This request isn't really an imposition, because usually the person who is asked doesn't actually have to physically do anything, because no one tries to move the laptop.
When someone did come along and take it, the reactions were pretty similar and formed a pattern. Generally, the person watching the laptop would sit up, alarmed. They would look around almost like they were seeing if anybody else just witnessed the event. And after a few moments, a person would get up and start to follow the group member who took the computer.
The size of the group watching the computer did influence the outcome. The large group with 4 people didn't react at all. They didn't do anything. There were 2 groups, each with 2 individuals, and under these circumstances, one of the people got up and started following the person who took the computer. This also happened when we ran the experiment with a single person. The outliner was another group of 2 who actually verbally confronted our group member when he tried to take the laptop.
For the most part, people tried to avoid direct confrontation. 4 out of the 5 groups didn't confront the individual who actually took the computer, which surprised all of us. But the findings of our experiment did affirm the bystander effect. Additionally, upon reviewing our notes, we found no significant difference between the reactions of men versus women.
So when I broke the folkway, I expected the girl to say something to me because she was closest to the laptop. But when I grabbed it and I walked away, she sat there. I heard, as I was walking away, I heard and then I think she went like this to like her friend or whatever. And she like sat up right away and tried to find me eventually.
All right, for me, it was a little more difficult than I expected to break this norm. I think that's because I felt uncomfortable and I wanted to laugh most of the time. And when I actually was moving the computer, I almost lost it. I'm not gonna lie. My uncomfortableness definitely stemmed from the fact that what we were doing was out of the ordinary.
I thought that I was going to be fine violating this norm because I thought that I would just walk up, take the laptop, and then walk away, and that nothing would happen based on what happened the first time that we asked a group of people to look after the computer. And after I walked up and touched the laptop, my expectations immediately broke down as I was confronted by the pair at the table. They asked me what I was doing and informed me that this was not my laptop and that I'd better leave it there. As soon as I was called out on this, I was extremely uncomfortable and tried to explain that I was picking it up for a friend who had left it in the library. When this failed too, I gave up and walked away. I think that this particular group was more attentive to the laptop because there were only 2 of them present, and this is consistent with our hypothesis that the larger the group, the less likely someone would be to help.
For me, breaking this norm was very excited to do this experiment because I really wanted to see how bystanders would react in a situation like this. And for me to participate in this experiment, I was really thrilled mainly to see my own self doing something out of the ordinary and see just overall how people would act, that this isn't normal for us to be doing, and it was very thrilling.
For me, it wasn't too difficult. I definitely got nervous before I had to do it. And I had the biggest group, but they ended up not reacting at all, so I guess it was kind of easy. I was definitely nervous, but I was excited. I definitely wanted to see the reactions from the different groups. Like, it was more exciting when we were able to see someone get up and chase someone. Yes, that was the best part.
People choose to follow norms because they hold power. Violating a norm can result in ostracism, loss of friends, loss of respect, or even fines or jail. We learned a lot from doing this experiment, such as how people would react in a situation like this. We all like to think of ourselves as good people, but when we are put in situations that go against our norms, many times we get confused and are unsure how to react.
And that's a wrap, folks.
That wasn't so bad.
Hopefully it's long enough.
Oh yeah, we should see how long it